Toes together, heels slightly apart. Bring your hands to heart center. Come into a nice rounded mountain pose. Tuck your pelvis, squeeze your butt, lift your knees up. Hold your core nice and strong, shoulders relaxed and down. And as always, feels like there's a string pulling the top of your head up to the sky. And just ground yourself for a moment here. And on your next inhale, arms come up and touch at the top. Take your right hand and grab your left wrist and pull your body over to the right side. As you're doing this, lift your chest. Really press down into that mat with your left foot because that's the one that's going to have a tendency to come off the mat. And try to roll your head a little bit up and back. Your left shoulder is rolling open, not closed. And come back to a neutral position and switch hands. Grab your right wrist with your left hand and pull over to the left. Beautiful. You should feel a nice deep stretch along the right side of your body, pressing that right foot into the ground. Your gaze can be up at the sky a little bit. That helps roll that right shoulder open. One more deep breath. And back to neutral. Arms can come down, back into heart center. Separate your feet about hip distance apart. Just let your body fall forward, knees bent. Slowly interlock the elbows. And just let gravity pull your body down, swaying side to side a bit. Always pushing down your whole foot into that sticky mat. You can roll your weight a little bit towards the front of the balls of your feet here instead of rather back. I don't want you kind of falling back. I'd rather have your weight pulling forward a little bit towards your toes. You're just letting gravity stretch out your spine, stretch out the backs of your legs. Just start to bring a little bit of heat to your body here. Drop your hands to the floor. Separate your feet a little bit wider off the mat. And then I want you to push your right hand into the ground. Face your right fingers towards your left toes and reach up to put your left arm to the sky. Just a gentle twist to start to warm up the spine. Breathing into this. And coming down slowly and switching sides. Left hand to the floor and raise that right hand up. Beautiful. And coming back down to center. Shimmy your feet together. And with your feet together, I want you to, again, interlock your elbows and just let gravity hang your body down. And slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. Nice and slow. As you come up, really try to pull your shoulder blades apart. Feel a nice stretch in your upper back. When you get to top, hands in namaste and inhale all the way up. Exhale, swan dive down, nice and slow. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, right foot comes back. We're going to do some sun salutation B. Come into that lunge, arms up, scraping the walls on the way down. And left foot comes to meet the back. Knees, chest, and chin, and inhale into a little baby cobra. Push back into that down dog. Right foot comes forward between the hands. Left knee to the ground. Inhale all the way up and press it. And exhale back down. Raise that knee off the ground and then your left foot meets your right. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. You can one vertebrae at a time roll it up at this point. If you can with a flat back, you can do that too. And inhale all the way up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, look up. Exhale, forward fold. Left foot lunges back. Inhale all the way up into crescent. Exhale down. Your right foot meets your left. Coming into knees. chest and chin, and a baby cobra. Push back into down dog. Left foot comes forward. Right knee on the ground. Inhale all the way up. Exhale all the way down. And your right foot meets your left. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. This time on the way up, I want you to sit down into a chair pose. Inhale your arms up, stick your butt out nice and deep. And inhale, come up to standing. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, look up. Exhale, right foot comes back. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, down. This time, if you want to come into a full chaturanga, you can absolutely do that. If you want to do knees, chest, and chin again, that's fine. But chaturanga, inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Right foot between your hands. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, down. Left foot meets the right. Inhale. Exhale. Sitting down in a chair pose. Arms come up. Shoulders are nice and down. And inhale all the way up. Back into namaste. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, look up. Left foot into the lunge. Arms all the way up into crescent. And back down. Right foot meets that. Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Left foot comes forward. Right knee to the mat. Inhale all the way up. Exhale all the way down. And your right foot meets your left. Inhale. Arch your back. Exhale, forward fold. Sit down into that chair. Arms come up. Try to get your arms really nice and tight next to your ears. And exhale all the way up to standing. Beautiful, guys. You should feel some nice heat in your body this time. At this time, we're going to start moving into some sun salutations. Series A with a little bit of twisting and variations in there. Inhale, arms in the sky. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, look up. Step back into plank pose. Lower down slowly into chaturanga, elbows in. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Take a moment in this down dog to really find that comfortable place. This is an active recovery pose. Should not be a painful position. Your shoulders are wrapping around. Shoulders are not up here by your ears. They're down and wrapping around. Imagine if I were to just wrap your shoulders around your arms. That's where I want you to start thinking about putting them. Your knees are lifted, pushing the balls of the feet into the mat, pressing the heels down into the mat as much as you can, and rotating that pelvis so that you don't have an arched back. You can see here, this is my arched back. I don't want that. I want your pelvis nice and tucked while you're pushing back. Really pressing the base of all of your fingers into the mat in front of you. From here, I want you to roll over to your left side into a side plank. Just one breath here, coming back to a neutral position and roll over to the right side into side plank on the right. And push back into down dog. Take your right hand and just reach back and grab your left ankle. Put that mat back and switch. Grabbing your right ankle and switch. Coming back into plank, lower down into chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. From here again, roll over to the left. And you come to the top of that pose, really hit it for a second. Lift those hips up. Coming over to the right. Push back into down dog. Grab the left heel, ankle rather, grab the right ankle. Coming into plank, lower down into chaturanga, inhale, up dog, exhale, down dog. Beautiful, girls. I think it's all ladies here today. Again, roll over to the left side. Bring the hand down, roll over to the right side. Bring the hand down. Push back into down dog. Grab the left ankle. Look over to the left side. Give yourself a little twist. And grab the right ankle. Chaturanga. Lower down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Nice, nice, nice. Please lower your knees to the mat. Coming into a quadruped position. We're going to do some bird dogs here. A little variation. Extend your right hand and your left foot. Inhale, elbow to knee. Inhale out, exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale out, exhale, elbow to knee. This is a really nice core exercise. It also works your glutes. You can really feel that left glute like tightening as you raise that left leg. Love that feeling. And hands, and we come down. Switch sides. Elbow to knee. Just do these at your own pace. Inhaling and exhaling, always breathing into every single pose. Make sure you're not holding your breath. Good, one more, raise it up a little higher, and let it go. Push back into down dog. I wish I could turn the music up really, really loud, but then you guys would be able to hear me. From this down dog, roll over again to your left side. Your side plank, make sure you're really lifting up that left side of your body. Lift up that left hip, so it's pushing your right hip up to the sky. Tuck your pelvis. If this is too difficult for you, you can straddle your legs. You can lower one knee to the mat. These are all perfectly acceptable, wonderful variations. And hand comes down, roll over to the right. Variation if you need to. I just made a verb out of the word variation. That's pretty cool. And your hand comes down, back to quadruped. Into that bird dog position again. Your arm comes forward, your left leg comes back, knee to elbow. Now on the next, when you're out, I want you to bring your right hand to the side and your left leg out. Just for a breath, and back to center. Knee to elbow, bring it out, and wrap it around. You feel this engaging some brand new accessory muscles that you might not be used to using. Just breathe deep into every single motion. Inhale, out, forward, and relax it down. Moving over to the other side. Elbow to knee, and out, and wrap it around. Try to keep that glute engaged the whole time it's out. Lift it up. You don't have to wrap it around like perfectly perpendicular to your torso. Just as far as you can go, comfortably. Pushing that right hand into the mat. One more. Bring it to center. Lift it up a little bit higher. And relax it. Beautiful, ladies. And push back into down dog. When you're in down dog, one thing I really like to do, just stay in down dog, is like facial yoga. Make those really ugly faces that you don't want anybody to see you making, but they really exercise your face. I know as we all age, we're so worried about our complexion and our wrinkles and things are sagging. And some of us are doing different things to prevent all of that from happening. One of the things you can do every day that costs absolutely nothing is just move your facial muscles. And I love to do it when I'm in a down dog because I'm inverted and I have all this blood rushing to my face. So when you're in that down dog, just really move your mouth, like move your eyes to the side, move your lips to the side, really stretch out and engage your facial muscles because you will find your face will actually tone. It will actually get stronger and it will look more toned, which is what you want, right? We want our butts to be toned. We want our face to be toned. So don't neglect working out those facial muscles. Yeah, I know you've been in down dog for a while. Roll over again to your left side. And this time, I want you to put your hand over your right ear and roll even farther out. Place your right foot to the floor. Go into this half back bend side plank. Pushing your pelvis to the sky, just letting your head fall, putting that opening in your chest. And come all the way back down, rolling over to your right side. Coming, really hitting that side plank, and then opening up with your pelvis to the sky, rolling your shoulders open and reaching out, feeling all that energy coming out of your fingertips to the front wall. Great. And rolling all the way back to center. Crouch down like a tiger. And step or jump between your hands. Inhale, up. Exhale, forward fold. Again, just take a moment here, interlock your elbows. And let gravity hang down. This should feel a little bit nicer, deeper stretch right now because your body has some nice heat built in it. So still keep your knees nice and soft. I don't want you to like be holding everything stiff. So keep your legs, your knees nice and soft, but interlock those elbows. Just again, you should feel that your head is hanging a little bit closer to the floor than it was at the top of class. And raise up one vertebrae at a time. All the way to standing. Great, guys. Beautiful. Okay, let's come back into mountain pose. You're gonna flow through some asanas here, some standing poses. Inhale, arms up to the sky. Exhale, all the way down. Inhale, look up. Exhale, step or jump back into plank and lower down into chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Take your right foot off the floor and raise it to the sky, keeping your hips nice and square. Feeling that stretch down the back of your left leg. Pushing all four corners of your left foot into the mat. Beautiful, and then open up the hip. Stretch out those pelvic muscles, your hip flexors. Bend your knee back, get a deeper stretch if you like. And roll your foot around. Good, and then straighten out, square those hips off, and bring your right foot in between your hands. From here, place your left foot, oops, I'm losing my balance. Place your left hand next to your right foot and come into this world's greatest stretch. In this pose, really focus on pressing all four corners of your right foot to the ground, all four corners of your right hand into your mat, and feeling that energy emanating from the fingertips on your right hand. And breathe, breathe, breathe. And bring the right hand down. Place the left foot, your back foot flat on the mat, and cartwheel up into warrior two. And you want to find yourself sort of a softness in this pose. In your upper body should feel soft and relaxed. And your lower body should feel nice and engaged, magnetizing those feet together, which will engage your thigh muscles on both legs. So nice and soft arms. Even though your arms are soft, you're feeling that energy emanating from your fingertips. Check your alignment, make sure your left hand is over your left foot. Turn the right hand over and come into peaceful warrior, extending over the back leg. And cartwheel all the way back down, hands to either side of the foot. Back into plank, down into chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, exhale, down dog. Raise the left foot up, square out the hips. And press that right foot squarely into the mat. Feel that stretch down the back of the right leg. Flex your left foot. Feel the energy that you can create in your left leg while it's just floating in the sky, all the energy that you can have in that leg. And then open up the hip. Facing that pelvis to the side wall. Bend your knee. Open it up even more. Make sure you're not feeling any pain. Straighten it again and roll the foot around. Both directions, alternate directions here. And then square off the hips again. And bring that foot in between your hands. Find that nice squared off lunge. Press your right hand into the mat. And left hand goes to the sky. Beautiful stretch. Feel this stretch in so many places. Push out through the right heel, push down into the mat through the right, the left foot. Push that right hand into the mat. And always energy coming out of those fingertips towards the sky. One more deep breath, in, out, and lower. Hand to the mat, flatten that back foot. And cartwheel up into warrior two. Upper body nice and soft. Shoulders are relaxed and down. Lots of nice, beautiful energy coming out of those fingertips. If you're casting a spell on somebody, magnetizing your feet together. Sink a little bit deeper into that warrior two. Feel that burn in your front thigh. Don't be afraid of it. And turn your hand over and reach back into warrior two. Excuse me, peaceful warrior. And coming forward, cartwheel all the way down. Find that lunge before you bring the foot back. And bring the foot back and lower down into chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Crouch like a tiger and jump between your hands. Inhale, up. Lengthen, exhale, forward fold. Inhale with a flat back all the way up to standing. Exhale down. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale down. Inhale, look up. Exhale. If you want to jump back into chaturanga, you can. You can also still step back. Jumping back into chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Right foot to the sky. One deep breath, and that right foot comes forward. Again, come into that nice lunge and take that twist. Squeezing your left butt cheek, squeeze it hard. Bring the hand down, flatten the back foot, and cartwheel up into warrior two. Don't forget to magnetize those feet together to engage those lower body muscles. Inhale, peaceful warrior. Exhale, extended right angle. You can place your elbow to your knee. If you want to put your hand on the floor, that's fine. If you have a block and you want to place your hand on your block, that's fine too. And coming into extended right angle. Feel that incredible long line of energy going from the tips of your fingertips all the way down the right side of your body and out the back of your foot. And your hand comes down, back into lunge. Plank, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Left leg comes to the sky. Bring it forward between your hands. Really find that lunge. And then twist in it. Left hand comes down. Come back to that cartwheeling up into warrior two. Nice and soft. And a nice deep warrior two. It's not so much about making this a right angle as it is about pressing all four corners of your feet into that mat. The right angle will come naturally if you are really pressing into that mat and pulling those feet together like magnets. Coming into peaceful warrior. Extending into extended right angle with your knee, having your elbow resting on it, or coming all the way down. One One more deep inhale, and on the exhale, bring your hand to the floor. Find that lunge, and then step back into plank. Lower down into chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. The chaturangas are too much. You can always skip them. That's totally fine. Okay, we're going to come into the side plank one more time. Another variation of this. Whatever your variation is, stacking the feet, straddling the feet, or with your knee down on the ground. I want you to lift that right leg, elbow to knee, just 3 times. 1, 2, 3, and extend. One more breath, and bring it down. Roll over to the right side. Squeeze your butt. Raise that left foot. Knee to elbow. 1, 3 times. And inhale, 1 breath higher, and lower it down. Pushing back into down dog. Beautiful, ladies. You can do hard things. We know this about ourselves, but sometimes we forget. We can do hard things. And then we can take a break and come into child's pose if we need it. So go ahead and do that. Come into child's pose for just a moment. And push back into down dog. And again, roll over to your left side. Don't hate me for these side planks, you'll thank me later. All the way up. 1, 2, 3. Lowering that right hand down, roll over to the right. Left hand up. Left leg up. 1, 2, 3. And back to center. Push back into down dog. While you're in down dog, stretch out that face. Work those facial muscles. Nobody can see you. You can make the ugliest faces that you can possibly make. And crouch into tiger. Step between your hands and inhale. Exhale. Again, interlock those elbows and let your body hang into a nicer, even deeper stretch than the first couple times we did this. Stay in that pose. I'm just going to check how much time I have. Okay, we're good. Roll up 1 vertebrae at a time. And into namaste. Inhale all the way up. Exhale all the way down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale. Come into plank position. Down into chaturanga. Inhale. Up dog. Exhale, down dog. Right leg to the sky. Right leg between your hands. Come into that lunge and find that twist once again. You should have some nice, beautiful heat in your body right now, so you should be able to find these poses and they should start to feel good. Press your left heel into the ground and cartwheel up into warrior 2. Peaceful warrior, reaching back over your right ear while you're pressing your right foot, your right knee energy is going toward the front wall. While somebody is grabbing your hand in physical person and pulling it to the back wall. So you have that tug of war against your whole body that you're creating with your own energy. And coming back into a neutral position, straighten that front leg. Shimmy your left leg forward a tiny bit. We're going to come into triangle position, Trikonasana. Lifting your whole torso up and reaching over that front foot. I don't want you to come down straight like this. I want you to lift up and out as far as you can over that right foot. And bring your hand down slowly. Once you find as much horizontal length as you can get. Come into Trikonasana. Imagine that there's a wall right behind you and you're trying to press your entire back of your body against that wall. If you start to lose your balance, that's totally normal. You're basically on a balance beam here. You may not be used to that. Take your left hand and bring it down. Bring that back foot down, back foot closer a little bit to your right foot, a little bit off center so you're not on that balance beam. And come into pyramid pose. Just reaching out over your front leg as far as you can. It's okay if you don't have a lot of, this is a tough pose, if you don't have a lot of limberness here, just find that balance and reach down as far as you can. But as much as you possibly can. Again, I want you lifting out of that rib cage and going forward, not so much down, forward, reaching out. Beautiful, make sure you're breathing nice and deep into this pose. Breathing in and out through your nose. Try to keep your mouth closed as much as you can. I know you can get those nice deep inhales with your mouth open, but to really strengthen that cardiovascular, you want to keep your mouth shut and breathe slowly in and out through your nose. Now take your left hand and place it, if you can, on the outside of your right foot and come up into twisting Trikonasana. If you cannot do this full pose, you can keep your hand on the other side. You can put your hand on your knee. Anything you can do, even if you just want to keep your left hand on the floor, on the left side, and then place your hand on your lower back, that is the beginning of a twist, and that is great. So do that if that's all your body's allowing you to do at this point. If you can, come into full twisting triangle. Pressing that back foot hard into the mat. The outside of that left foot is pressing into the mat. And coming all the way forward, both sides. Bring your right foot back into your plank and lower into chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Wiping the slate clean and pressing back into down dog. Left leg comes to the sky. Pull it forward between your hands. And come into that twist. Find a lunge, find a twist. And bring the left hand down. Flatten the right foot onto the mat. And cartwheel up into warrior two. You guys are so strong. You can do such hard things. You can do them in the most beautiful way. So relax that upper body. Flip that hand over and bring it over your ear. Peaceful warrior, finding so much peace and strength in the same movement. And bringing it forward into that neutral position. Bring that right foot forward a few inches. Lifting that whole pelvis, tuck your pelvis, squeeze your glutes. Open up your chest and extend over that left foot as far as you can. Coming down into triangle pose. Back of your right foot is pressing into the mat. All four corners of your front foot are pressing into the mat. You're not rolling over to the outside of your front foot. You're pressing it down. All four corners. And you're imagining that there's a flat wall behind your back and you're trying to press your whole body up against it. Deep inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. And bring that hand all the way forward. Step off that balance beam by bringing your back foot a little bit to the side and forward. And walking your hands forward into pyramid pose. Lengthening through the torso as much as you can. Lengthening and stretching out forward. Finding that length in your spine, in your rib cage. We're going really deep here. This is like the warmest part of our class. Your body should be as warm as it's going to get in this class. So we're going to go as deep as we can at this point. And coming into twisting triangle. Again, if all you can do is put your right hand to the right side and place your left hand on the lower back, look to the left. That's a beautiful stretch. You're lifting up through your thigh on your left side. If you can, put your hand on the opposite side. And bring that arm up. Any variation of that is great. But just breathe into it. If you're holding your breath, take a breath. One more deep inhale. And on the exhale, Bring those hands to the opposite side of your foot and step back into plank position, lowering down into chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, and exhale, down dog. Again, wiping the slate clean. I feel like a sun salutation wipes the slate clean. No matter what happened, no matter how much sugar you ate the night before, no matter how tough the pose was the moment before, no matter how sore you are from your workout the day before, a sun salutation or a series of them can really help to wipe the slate clean and start you off in a fresh way. From here, I want you to bend your knees and step forward into a seated position. We're seated. We're going to work our cores. We've worked a lot of our obliques today and all those side plank motions. We're going to work more of our core here, upper and lower. So bring your hands around your knees and give yourself a nice hug. You want to say thank you to your body for doing all this with you today, go ahead and do that. And then I want you to come up into this pose, knees bent to spine. Extend those hands out in front of you. Engaging your core, tucking your pelvis. Really focus on your core here. And if you can, extend your feet straight into a full boat position here. If you want to, keep the legs straight, keep the legs bent, excuse me. Either way, just breathe here. And hug the knees back in. When you're hugging your knees, wrap your arms around nice and tight and pull your knees away from you to create a nice stretch across your upper back. People come to me a lot with something here. They're like, how do I stretch this muscle right here? You know, they're trying to do all these things and it doesn't work. If there's any way you can wrap whenever you need that, sometimes you do pull a muscle or like strain something here, just wrapping around and pulling that tension of pulling your shoulder blades apart. And I'll show you another stretch that's so good for that in a moment. Extend those legs again. Your chest is open, your shoulders are back and down. All this energy coming out of your body towards the sky. Again, legs bent is totally fine. If this is too hard for you, you can take a break by lowering, but I just don't want you to put your feet on the ground. Hug your knees in, but don't put your feet on the ground. So you're either hugging your knees in, you've got your feet here in a tabletop, or you're in a full boat position. Beautiful. And from here, slowly lower down, one vertebrae at a time, engaging your core on the way down, all the way down, lying flat on your back. We're going to do some bicycles. This is called a hollow hold, this little banana pose. Whenever you're in this pose, I just want you to make sure, absolutely sure, that your lower back is glued to the ground. As soon as you feel like your lower back wants to peel off the floor, you need to raise your feet a little bit to make sure your lower back's on the ground, touching the mat. So from here, in your hollow hold, hands are in a basket beside your head, and one leg, one elbow, and one knee at a time, coming back into that hollow hold. Breathing in and out through your nose as much as possible at your own pace. We're going to do these for about 30 more seconds. If it's burning too badly, and I know it's burned, but I know it's going to burn, then bring your feet in, but I don't want you to put your feet on the ground. But you can modify by just holding in your knees for a moment and then going back to it. And make sure you're really extending out. There's that hollow hold in between each one. We're not doing like a bicycle class like this that you would be doing like in a CrossFit class or something. We're coming right back into this boat position each time. We've got our legs raised. Keep going. Take a break if you need to. We've got our legs raised, engaging the lower core. We've got our upper body raised, engaging your upper core. And we're twisting from side to side, engaging your obliques. This is a really, really great movement. If you're not going to do a lot of sit-ups, do this one. It's working everything. And relax. Are you sweating? I'm sweating a little bit. Hug your knees in. Make some little circles. Massaging your lower back and go the other way. And then rock on your back until you're up on a seated position. Okay, from here, we're going to do some few last stretches and a spinal twist. I want to show you that stretch to stretch out your lower back, so maybe your upper back. This is called a rabbit pose. So come onto all fours and grab the backs of your feet. From here, just place your head on the ground and pull up. Just literally pull up, pulling that resistance against your heels, and you will at some point feel the best stretch across your upper back. The deeper you can tuck your head in and the harder you can pull, you'll start to feel it deeper and deeper. But this is the best way to stretch those muscles right on the sides of your vertebrae, on your upper spine. So don't forget this one, it'll come in handy. Okay? That's one extra for you guys, an extra credit. All right, so come back. Feet are out in front of you, extended in front of you. Inhale all the way up. We're going to just do a nice forward fold. Just like in Trikonasana, when I was telling you to raise your rib cage. Same thing with your forward fold. I don't want your forward fold to come down like this. Be like, this is as far as I can go. If this is as far as you can go, that's totally fine. But I want you to do it with this lifting in your rib cage so that this is as far as you can go. And then lower your hands to your feet, or lower your hands to your calves, or wherever you can put them. It's that lifting towards the wall that I want you to focus on. So as far as you can go, just go there. And from there, I just want you to let gravity sort of do the rest of the work. You can relax. Just let gravity give you that passive stretch. Your muscles are nice and warm. You can press your feet down, pull them back. And just let your body fold over. Breathe nice and deep. And from here, slowly walk it back up. Take your left foot and hug it in. Interlock the bottom of your left foot into your right elbow. And just give your leg a nice little hug. Rock it back and forth. It's a nice deep hip stretch here. Great. Just pull it in as much as you can. Shoulders are backing down. Your chest is open to the center, to the front of the room. And from here, place that left foot on the outside. Give me a nice twist here. In case you're getting confused, your left foot is over your straightened out right, and your right hand has come over. And you are twisting, looking over your left shoulder. Breathing deep. Good. And let that one go. Now grab your right foot and hug it in to your body. Squeeze it in towards your chest. Just rock it back and forth. Chest is open, shoulders are backing down. Pull that leg in. And then drop it down to the outside of your straight left leg. Bend your left arm and place it on the outside of your right knee and look over your right shoulder. Beautiful. And from here, just straighten your legs out in front of you And roll back into Shavasana, dead man's pose. Or you can just let the vibration that you've worked into your body just sort of percolate like a tea bag, just stewing in your body. So just lie here on your mat. Let your arms flop down to the side of you. Feel gravity pulling your legs into the mat. Really feel gravity. You can feel it pushing your head into the floor. You can feel your calf muscles pressing into the ground. One of the most important things you can do in this pose is relax your tongue off the roof of your mouth and let your jaw go. Just let it all go in your face.